Alright guys, perfecting Eatos, part 5, even though I'm not labeling them in parts. This is going to be variants. Now, the Gemini variant is obviously the most tried and true variant. Give me a second, I gotta turn on the fan in my insanely hot room. So, the Gemini variant, there's, I think, one other variant that I know of, really, that Humanity 4 runs, which is the weird variant with, like, Dark Star Warg and stuff like that, which I don't think seems all that consistent. But, hey, if it works for him, go for it. This is another weird variant that you guys might want to try. This is more of a fun deck, or, like, if you're going to regionals, probably not going to run this. But if you're going to locals and just want to fuck with people, it's awesome, because I've tried it, and I'm probably not even going to get rid of my Malefic Blue Eyes, even though I'm not going to run this for a while. Alright, this variant is Sinful Eatos. Now, the way this works is it runs off the Blue Eyes engine, and not with the eggs. This runs off the Blue Eyes Trade-in Malefic engine, which is Malefic Blue Eyes, 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. It basically makes it so where you're running 6 Eatos. Now, this Eatos obviously is a dark, has some drawbacks, and 500 more attack. Now, how this works is, you can't normal summon or set this. You can special summon this card by removing from play 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck. So that means you have to have Blue Eyes in your deck. So this card does become dead later on, but, you know, a lot of stuff becomes dead. But we have a way to mitigate that later on. So that's pretty easy, right? This card not only, oh, by the way, since it does remove the Blue Eyes from your deck, it keeps it out of your grave, which is awesome. There can only be one face-up Malefic Blue or Malefic monster on the field. Does not really matter because you're probably not going to play more than one at a time. Other monsters you control cannot declare an attack. Once again, in Eatos decks, it doesn't really matter because the most amount of monsters you want to have on the field is probably 2. So, if there's no field spell card on the field, destroy this card. That kind of sucks, but you are running skill drain. So obviously, all you have to do is summon this. It removes the Blue Eyes from your deck. As soon as it removes the Blue Eyes from your deck to allow this card to keep out, if you don't have a field spell, change skill drain. You'll lose 1,000 points, but you'll get to keep your Malefic monster, and your other monsters will be able to attack and all that other shenanigan stuff. So now, obviously with that, you're going to want to run 3 Blue Eyes because, you know, that's part of the requirement. Now, what are you going to do if you draw into Blue Eyes? Oh no, you could run Pot of Benevolence and crap like that to put it back in your deck, or you could run Trade-in. It adds a draw power to the deck. You can always obviously trade in a, oh, by the way, with this deck, if you're running this variant, Eatos is not always dead because if you get monsters in your grave, you could care less because you could always trade it in. So, trade in. You've got a lot of targets. You've got your regular Blue Eyes if you get it in your hand because it's useless in your hand. You got Malefic Blue Eyes if you don't have any Blue Eyes in your deck anymore to use it. You've got Eatos and you got Barbaros, but once again, you probably don't want to use it on Barbaros. So it makes Eatos less of a problem. In the Gemini variant, you just have to play around if you have monsters in your graveyard and just keep dead Eatos in your hand. Whereas in this variant, you can summon it multiple ways and get rid of it multiple ways. So, one other card that goes in this variant that comes out of side deck, which I don't actually have in front of me right now because I put it away because I'm lazy. I don't feel like getting it. Is Future Visions, because this is another field spell that allows you to keep out Malefic Blue Eyes if you don't have skill drain. Now, the other field spell that you run, Mausoleum of the Emperor. This allows you to pay 2,000 to normal summon those Blue Eyes if you don't have a trade-in. Allows you to pay 2,000 to normal summon those Eatos if you don't have that. You can't use it on Barbaros, unfortunately, which is why this variant kind of, I don't know, makes me sad because I thought you could do that, and it's awesome if you could do that, but you can't. So Mausoleum, it just adds a field spell, and yeah. Field spell, yeah. Now, in this variant, obviously, there's obvious stuff that you want to side out. You want to side out your Gemini stuff, pretty much. This is 12 cards plus your Future Visions makes it 13. So, let's see if we can't find 13 cards you can take out if you wanted to run this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Honestly, this is the hard part right here. Now you've got two slots. Now at this point you could take out Gravekeeper's Servant because you might have monsters in grave and it doesn't really matter anyway. You could take out one of your Eatos, but then that makes your trade-ins a little bit less live. You could take out Smashing Ground. You definitely don't want to take this out because this saves your Malefic monster for a turn. This is where you have your trouble because you don't know what you're going to take out. Now, this is all personal preference at this point, but this stuff is obviously the stuff you're going to want to take out of my main deck anyway. So that would be the Malefic variant. Try it if you like it. I thought it was cool. It definitely surprises a lot of people because they're like, Malefic Blue Eyes, what? So it's pretty awesome. Like, no one sees it coming unless you've told them beforehand or you've tested it against them beforehand, which, unless I've tested against it with you, no one else is probably crazy enough to run this deck, so you probably don't have to worry about much there. So yeah, so this has been Perfecting Eatos, all my sections. Until I learn more about Eatos, or if you guys have any questions, post them on any of my Eatos videos, and if they're a good enough question that takes more than just a comment to answer, I will definitely get back to you and try to answer it in a video, probably a video response to my own video, even though that seems condescending. Or not condescending, but just douchebaggish, I guess. Who responds to their own video, really? But yeah, if you guys have any questions about the deck, let me know. I'll probably put in future segments. I'll also probably be talking about different cards. I got a suggestion about Skull Layer that I want to test out. So I'll talk about different tech cards you could run. So thanks, guys. This has been Perfecting Eatos. There we go. Macro lens off. This has been Perfecting Eatos. Hopefully you guys like this and like my variant. And this is what I'm going to be running in regionals in 2 weeks, unless I find something better to run. Tech-wise, that is not this. This deck is definitely being run. So I'll definitely give you some regional coverage. And thanks, guys. And peace. And comment. And rate. And subscribe. And awesome. And like this video. Peace.